And welcome back, everybody. This is Mr. Nibb. Today we're going to be giving you my top 10. This is my comprehensive list of my top 10 characters in the game. Now, I'm going to do things a little different than everything else that's going around in social media, Reddit, YouTube, Twitch, what have you. I'm going to be giving 2 of every single role. That means protectors, controllers, supports, brawlers, and blasters. I'm going to give you 2 of every one of them. The reason being is because I believe in versatility. A top 10 list doesn't do you any good if it has 3 or 4 of the same roles in it, because there's no way that you can fit all of them into your top squads or your arena squad or raid or blitz or what have you. My logic is to give you a plethora of characters that perform different functions so that you can pull them all together and create the ultimate team. And we're not going to waste any time, so I'm going to dive right in, guys. Try and keep this as short as possible. Number 10, Night Nurse. There's no debate that she is the best healer in the game, especially for raids. Her basic applies slow, which is ridiculously good on any hero, mind you. Her secondary ability is where things get interesting. It's on a relatively low energy cooldown, so you can use it a lot. It's first aid, heals a lot of health, comes in handy, and you can use it fairly frequently. I find myself using it more often than you would think. Urgent Care is where the bread and butter is. It's an AoE heal that does massive healing, plus at max level gives 2 stacks of regeneration, which is absurd. To be completely honest, it's nutty. And then her passive, which procs all the time and has a chance to heal anybody, the lowest health ally, if they're below 100% health, for 15% of her HP. Number 9, we've got Gamora. She's a brawler. Her basic attack is one of her bread and butters for sure. Has a chance to attack twice. She hits relatively hard with it. Ruthless Blade is okay. It chains. It has a chance to, and it has a 100% chance to refresh your speed on kill, but doesn't really hit all that hard, but it's actually a pretty good ability. Flying Slash is where the money is. Gives her offense up when leveled up, gives her 2 turns of offense up, and refills her speed at 100%. And also, she gives crit chance, not just to her, but to everybody else, more so to the Guardians, but she's one of the few heroes in the game who actually buffs crit that you can get from the onset. A lot of the other ones are harder to come by. Amazing brawler with great potential for damage, which brings us to number 8, Iron Man. His primary attack is pretty dope, hits adjacent targets all the time, and does some pretty nice splash damage. His secondary ability, Rocket Barrage, is where the money is. It does crazy AoE damage, it's unavoidable, and does massively more damage when Captain America is in your party, which he should be at all times anyway, because he is the best tank in the game. Then his Unibeam hits like a Mack truck, probably one of the hardest hitting single target nukes in the game. You don't want to get hit by that. It will decimate tanks, and squishies are probably dead if they get nuked by it. And the extra crit chance. Along with Gamora, he has a chance to give everybody crit chance. It's a huge bonus, and it's one of the few in the game that, as you'll find out, there aren't very many heroes that give crit damage. Now, I know everybody's thinking, oh, why Iron Man? He's hard to get. Nah. Okay, well, yeah, but when the event comes, trust me, you're going to want to chase him, and this list is not specific, you know, just to free-to-play heroes. These are the best heroes in the game, and when Iron Man event comes, trust me, you want to have your shield members up so you can get him ASAP. At number 7, we've got Rocket Raccoon, another blaster who has splash damage and hits adjacent targets. A little bit harder than Iron Man, actually. His secondary ability, pretty good plan, gives an assist from any ally, plus if Groot's there, he comes out and taunts, which is actually pretty awesome. Assist abilities are amazing, and they're few and far in between in this game. Number 3, you got the maximum damage, which is an AoE that gives him counter. If Groot's there, it does way more damage. I think it actually hits harder than Iron Man's AoE, which is kind of crazy to even think about. And then you've got his passive, Expert Tinker, that gives tech allies bonus damage. So if you have Iron Man in your party, or Vision, something like that, like, ooh, It's a lot of extra bonus damage. I think he has great Guardian synergy, and especially with some tech synergy, especially with everybody having Drax and Gamora. You've got Groot coming out and Star-Lord. There's going to be some really good Guardian teams running around. Keep an eye on him. At number 6, we've got Black Panther, another brawler that most people don't actually have. He applies slow on his basic, which again, as I said, is pretty amazing and should be prioritized in all of your heroes. His second ability attacks primary target for damage. It's piercing, and it gives him offense up and counter on crit. The offense up is just pretty clutch, man, and you get it for 2 turns later. Panther Rush, huge ability that does damage and chain damage, and if it's charged, it does even more damage. That is a definite ability that you want to use when he's charged. His charge mechanic is actually pretty cool. A lot of people probably don't even know about it, but if you go against him, you'll know. And then Defender of Wakanda, every time he drops below 50% max health, he gets the charge mechanic, and every time he kills, he gets 100% turn meter when it's maxed. So it's like a mechanic like Gamora's, where he's constantly taking a lot of turns. You can finish off some of those people that are low on HP, or you can use his charge mechanic to boost his chain damage, which is absolutely insane. Number 5, Thanos, second best tank in the game. His primary gives him a chance to counter, and it actually hits surprisingly hard. His second ability, Brutal Assault, hits hard as well, and it gives offense down to whoever you hit, and gives him Taunt, which is pretty much undispellable with the resistance he gets, by the way. Energy Bomb hits really hard, and when it's maxed out, gives him 100% drain, and the attack can't miss. So you can basically use that to refill some of your health. And then Titan Eternal, which is his passive, gives extra resistance while taunting and has a chance to give him ability energy on kill and give ability energy to other Black Order allies. Second best tank in the game, super tanky, way good. Number 4, Yondu. Everybody knows that Yondu's pretty clutch. Arguably, probably one of the best, hardest hitting heroes in the game. Jagged Edge removes positive effects, is great for removing taunts, and surprisingly does a lot of damage considering that he's not a blaster. Anybody that knows anything is farming Yondu. Boarding Party summons 2 Ravager allies that give everybody offense up and do surprisingly a lot of damage, and the allies can actually heal. He can summon healers, which is insane to even think about, and they can heal 2 people. It's nuts. Yaka Arrow is awesome, chains damage to everybody. It's unavoidable piercing damage. It's absolutely amazing. Can't be dodged, can't be evaded, can't be blocked, goes right through. And then Centauri Hunter is his passive, has a chance to copy the positive effect from an enemy and apply it to himself, and then it clears the effect from him and boosts the damage of Ravager allies. When it's maxed out, it has a 100% chance. So like every turn, you're stealing a buff from somebody on the opposing team. It's actually absolutely bananas to even think about. He's absolutely a must-have. You should be farming him every single day. Hit his node. He is game-changing. Number 3, we've got Captain America. Best tank in the game. It's not even debatable. You should be farming him. His primary hits 2 adjacent targets, gives him defensive up on shield bash, and it chains. Really good ability, especially for a primary. Inspire is just amazing. Gives him taunt and defense up to 3 allies, and grants ability energy, and when leveled up gives more to Avenger allies. Shield Throw removes debuffs. When powered up, it removes even more from more targets. It hits a lot of targets. It's great for getting rid of speed or defense up. And his block chance is nuts, 25%. And he gets more for each Avenger ally that he has in his party. He can get up to 45% block chance, which is absolutely bananas. Like, he blocks everything. You should be farming him all the time. Chase him in the events. You can unlock him there. He's great in every lineup. He's super good in Arena, super good in Blitz. Use him everywhere. Go after him. He should be a staple in your lineup. At number 2, we've got Quake, who's the only hero that you should be farming from the arena tokens that you get. Her primary afflicts slow on adjacent targets and your primary target. It is overpowered and you need to abuse it. Her second ability, Shockwave, has a chance to chain up to additional targets, clearing a positive effect on every target that she hits or has a chance to. It's really nice for getting rid of tanks. Earthquake is amazing. Crazy AoE damage. It puts offense down on multiple targets. You can get up to 5 when it's powered up all the way. It is a crazy good ability. And she gains extra focus, which means that she'll go through that resistance and land. Shield members get 5% damage, and she actually boosts Inhumans as well, but there aren't very many of those in the game. You need to be farming her ASAP. And our number 1, Black Widow. Here's a shocker. Her basic attacks primary target during stealth, has a chance to copy all the positive effects on her target when boosted. It's just nuts. Camouflage tech gives her stealth for a couple turns and clears all the negative effects off of herself. And she gains speed up, which is nuts. She always has speed up, and she can grant it too. Widow's Bite attacks primary target for damage and stuns. Has a 50% chance to chain up to adjacent targets for more damage and apply speed. And look at that, Saboteur. More speed. So the theme of her is speed, stealth, stuns, dots, and she's just absolutely all around amazing. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can only get her in orbs and through the Blitz event, which doesn't happen enough in my opinion. I've been lucky enough to get her from some of the orbs, but she's not farmable. Hopefully in the future she will be, but I think the last thing that the Marvel Strike Force community needs right now is 90% of the population running around with a Black Widow, because it would be infuriating. Pretty much on a daily basis. Last but not least, I'm gonna actually go over my top 10 once more, but before I do that, I'm just gonna give you some honorable mentions. The first one is Hawkeye. He should have been in my top 10, but like I said, I only included 2 of each particular role. So otherwise, Hawkeye would have been there because he's one of my favorite characters. He's got blind, he removes buffs, his basics unavoidable, and he counters stealth and removes speed. Probably one of the best heroes in the game. If you're not farming him now, he is clutch in every way, shape, or form, especially at later levels when you start talking about raids. Then you've got Thor, who is amazing in his own right. I wouldn't go out there and start spending raid tokens on Thor just yet. Try and farm him through the event. He hits extremely hard, has an amazing chain combo, AoE with stun, and his damage scale with Guardians is off the charts. Really slow though. So you kind of need Black Widow or maybe a mercenary lieutenant to speed him up, much like Hulk. They don't become really good until you speed them up, but he hits like a behemoth. Then I've got Luke Cage, who is probably my 3rd ranked tank behind only Captain America and then Thanos. Now, mostly because of the synergy and the benefits of having him in a group, and he's super easy to farm. You can get him with Blitz credits. So he grants assist on his basic. He can debuff himself and regen his own HP. He gives defense up to everybody in his group, grants death proof to himself, and he has amazing synergy with defenders. And the defenders are pretty good, man. A lot of people give Iron Fist a lot of flack, but he's actually pretty good if you pair him up with the defenders. And Jessica Jones is like, she's a sleeper, yo. She's going to be a target on my next pick of the litter. She's probably one of the better heroes that people don't know about, and she's going to be key to the upcoming meta change that will be happening probably by the end of summer. And then you've got Daredevil, 2nd hardest hitting hero in the game. Great damage against the hand. He can't be blinded, which is great because blind is like a really strong debuff right now. His chains are pretty good when they actually land. He's got counters. He can get 2 of them up at the same time, and he gets 10% dodge, plus he gives defenders speed. To me, anything that increases your speed or slows the speed of the enemy is extremely good in this game and cannot be ignored. So, with that, we will be going over the top 10 once more. At number 10, we have Night Nurse. At number 9, we've got Gamora. Number 8, Iron Man. Number 7, Rocket Raccoon. Number 6, Black Panther. Number 5, Thanos. Number 4, Yondu. Number 3, Captain America. Number 2, Quake. And number 1, Black Widow. Thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe and like if you enjoy what you see, and stay tuned for more videos coming at you soon. Take care.